Okay, so this evening I'm working on my shifter. As you can see, everything's torn apart, and I had to smooth this shaft down a little bit because it was a little rough. The seal that holds the hydraulic fluid down was a little bit tore up, but yeah, it's all taken apart, as you can see. Now, it was absolutely no fun at all to get that out. But here is my shifter. As you can see, it came apart fairly easy once I got it out of the tractor, but this lever right here had a lot of play in it. It no longer does, and it was a fairly easy fix once I got the hard part done. And as you can see my grease gun, I'm grease everything up before I put it back together. So I think you can see it. Right here is a roll pin, same as on the other side, right down in there, on this other end, which you can't really see. But, so what I figured out is this roll pin on both sides was sticking out about 1/8 of an inch, maybe even 1/4 of an inch past here. As you can see, you can't see the roll pin anymore. But I was going to replace what I thought was one roll pin. Turns out it's 2 roll pins, one on either side here and one over here on this side. Now, once I took and drove the one roll pin down in, I realized that it had tightened it up, I'm guessing pretty close to what it's like when it's new. So I says, all right, well, I'll flip it over and I'll do the other side. There's a half moon cotter pin or a half moon pin right here that you have to remove, and this piece right here just slides up off, and then you can pull this off, and there's brass bushings and stuff in there that you probably want to make sure you get back where they need to go. Right there's a brass bushing, and there's another one in here you can't really see because it's got too much grease in the way. But you need to make sure you get your roll pin or your brass bushings back into place. And I have another seal on order for right there. That seals around that shaft that I pointed out in the first part of the video here. It's holds the hydraulic fluid down. Now, what I've been told is this shaft will rust from moisture getting down in there. And there was about, I'm gonna say, a 2.5, 3-inch section of that shaft that was really rusty. And when the guy that owned it before me put the new seal in, this rust that was on here was bad enough that it tore the new seal up enough to let hydraulic fluid come up, and it would fill this tube all the way up and run out. And as you can see, it got a little beat up by the previous owner when he went to replace that seal, because he said he couldn't get something apart, so he just tore it apart. But now I get to deal with it. But anyway, I'm learning. And so that's pretty much the state of the tractor at the moment. But it's a lot of fun.